Good morning, guys. Doreen here. Ooh, it's a little chilly this morning. I didn't know it was snowing last night, or snowed last night, until I came out this morning and my car was covered. But it was just a coating, so when I warmed up my car, I had the defrosters on and whatnot, and it kind of cleared off itself. I didn't have to brush it off, which I really don't mind, but I didn't have the time. I didn't plan for it. Anyway, I wanted to come on here today to talk about something a little bit different because of something that happened yesterday with someone. And it has to do with anger. A lot of us have anger issues, need anger management. May even have gone or go to anger management groups, and they're great for some people. I think it's not negative to partake in that. But my belief is that there are underlying issues to anger, and a good part of anger or explosive anger is communication. Communication is so huge in so many aspects, and particularly for someone in recovery or early recovery, we're not used to dealing with issues in an appropriate manner. We either blow them off, don't confront them at all, totally put a blinders on, consume drugs and alcohol to kind of help with that, or we explode or nag, or could even have violent behavior where we're hitting walls or people or breaking things or throwing things. And so a lot of it is, when I say communication, let me break it down for you. It's a little bit more than what exactly I'm saying. So a lot of times when dealing with relationships, primarily that's what I'm talking about, anger issues with people that we love, communication with people that we love. We assume a lot, right? We make a lot of assumptions. And if you ever read the 4 agreements, one of the agreements is never assume, or don't make assumptions. And we all see things with filters on. We all perceive things with these filters from our past experiences, right? So how we were raised, what our beliefs are, maybe the habits that we've developed or haven't developed or whatnot. These are how we see the world through these filters. And so when someone is saying something or doing something and you get really angry, sometimes it's because of your filters, right? So sometimes from your past experiences, maybe you've been in past relationships where they were unfaithful, or they were dishonest. And so if you're in a new relationship and they're kind of evasive, your assumption is they're lying, they're cheating, they're doing something wrong, and you may get angry and maybe throw accusations, try to have a conversation, but you're really just throwing accusations out there and putting up the other person on defensive mode. And you may or may not be accurate, who knows? But the point is that a lot of times we don't communicate properly, or we make these assumptions and we hold them in and we say, maybe that's not true, or I'm just gonna let this one slide, or have you, and you're really not letting it go. You're just you're accumulating these resentments or these anger issues, and they become resentments, or can become resentments. And when having conversations about this with people, you can explain how you're feeling. And you can explain maybe why you're feeling that way, or maybe you can ask them for some clarity on what's going on, asking them if maybe there's something, they're under a lot of stress, maybe there's something that they haven't had the courage to, talk to you about, and invite a conversation. Invite them to want to share with you, and also, like I said, share your feelings. Not to invalidate the fact that you feel this way just because you have these filters. It's valid. You feel the way you feel. And I'm not saying, not to feel that way just because you've been in past relationships where they were, untrustworthy, not to treat those people like that. Sometimes they're valid. Or I shouldn't say sometimes. If you're feeling that way, it's valid. But you need to express it. Sometimes people are just so heated or so frustrated. Maybe they have accumulated all these issues already, and something happens or your partner says something. A lot of times it's best to probably walk away, take a time out, go for a walk, exercise, clean your house, do something, take a shower, maybe a cold shower. You probably shouldn't get behind the wheel or operate any kind of heavy or dangerous machinery, because you're not really thinking clearly and you could hurt someone or hurt yourself. So you probably don't want to do those things. But going for a walk, exercising, hula hooping, jumping jacks, like I said, taking a cold shower, maybe calling your mom, and just talking it over with somebody else sometimes helps. You see the other side or the bigger picture. But it is important after you've had that time out to come back and have that conversation. It shouldn't just be, you're going to feel better, you're going to feel soothed by, doing those coping skills, whatever it is that you choose, but the issue is still not resolved. So it's best to resolve it right away, as soon as you can, as soon as you calm down. Now, if you feel that, you really don't know how to express yourself, or a lot of times when you do have a conversation, you get off topic, for whatever reason, either you or your significant other kind of change the subject on you. Sometimes, what I like to do is write little bullet points, or things that you want to touch on in a conversation. You can write them out in complete sentences, or what I do is just kind of bullet points, just to remind me so I don't forget. And so when you're having that conversation, if you feel like you're loss of words, or you're getting off, you can kind of just glance down. I realize that might be an issue for you, but I want to get back to the topic at hand that I brought to the table. Maybe we can resolve that other issue later on, but right now I just want to talk about this, and then go on with your things. Relationships are difficult, right? They can be challenging. All relationships, whether they are your significant other, your children, your parents, friends, it's like I said, we're all coming with different filters on. We see things differently. Sometimes we're under a lot of stress, and it has nothing to do with the person that we're, supposedly frustrated or angry at. It's underlining other things. Sometimes we've got some history of trauma or, unfavorable circumstances, and we kind of bring that to the table. Even if we don't try to, it's there. So it's also important to keep those intact, whether you're having therapy, or, if you're in recovery, having a sponsor or having people in your network to just run things by or talk things over with. It's so important to have those social supports as well. Journaling, gratitude lists, they're all really important, but communication is really, really key, particularly with relationships, and trying to communicate how you feel, but not in a confrontational way or not in an accusatory way for the other person. This way you're opening up those lines and inviting those people in that you love to share their feelings and have that conversation with you and communicate. I hope this has helped you. I hoped I helped the person yesterday that I had this conversation with. I think I did. They did thank me. But it takes practice, like anything else, right? So becoming aware of these issues is the first step. You know, you can't change what you don't know is broken. I've said that a million times. So awareness is always the first step, and practicing. And I always say, practice makes progress, not perfection. Don't shoot for perfection. It's a setup. It really is. So practice, and you know, I apply this in my life too. You know, I talk on this stuff. I know a lot about this stuff, but it still comes up in my life, and I have to you know, practice what I preach, and it can be difficult, especially when it's you, right? So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Remember, follow me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook under Recovery Enthusiast on both. I have a couple of blogs out there, Motivations for You. That's motivations with an S, the number 4, the letter U.com. I'm also Medium.com is another blog of mine. I've got some podcasts on Anchor, although I haven't been really keeping that updated lately, time restraints and whatnot. And if that isn't enough, you can check out my courses. Check out my website at recoveryenthusiast.com. I got a couple of great courses up there. I've got one that's, you know, all encompassing, and then I have one on specific things in recovery, related to recovery, because that's where I'm coming from. But I do believe that it can be applied in anybody's life. My philosophy with recovery is creating a life you don't want to numb from. And some people use drugs and alcohol to cope. Other people use other things, whether that be work, whether that be, you know, food. So I really think that it's beneficial for everybody. So check it out. Like I say, stay blessed and live your life with enthusiasm. Until next time, guys. Peace.